Good evening, Wellness Warriors. It is 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. What can I say? 8 o'clock Sunday night. It is the 15th of the 12th. So we've got one more Sunday before Christmas. How the year has gone so fast. It's unbelievable. So, Empower Hour tonight, guys. We're opening up the conversation around mental health and wellbeing, as we do every Sunday night for those that tune in with me, Carla Andrews. And we just want to get the conversation out there. We want to talk about how our week's gone with our wellbeing wins, and we share them. We have some fantastic cards that I get out towards the end, the Empower Me cards, the affirmations and all sorts. So, and the next hour will just be everyone tuning in and sharing their conversations around mental health and wellbeing. So each week we stick on a theme, and I try and do my best to pass on some knowledge. So yeah. So once you join us, please pop by and say hello so I can see who's with us, and then we can chat. So I can see already lovely Catherine's with us, so that's fabulous. And Catherine, I got my Christmas card. Thank you so much. You're so organised. So organised. Who else is organised for Christmas? Who else has got everything sorted halfway through December? Let me know. Oh, excuse me. So, Sunday is, well, the weekend has now become my chill weekend because I'm not working anymore at Motivated Minds at weekends. I'm trying to do as much as I can Monday to Friday, although I did go over some job descriptions yesterday and a bit of HR stuff. Hey, I can't help it. Who else brings work home and does a little sneaky bit here and there? And yeah, some hearts going up. So yeah, is that guilt? We do have to be very careful about our well-being and our work-life balance, as we've talked over the past months that we've been doing Empower Hour. I know that we've talked about our work-life balance. Mine has always been very poor, but hey, that's what happens when you have a brilliant idea and it keeps you awake at night and that you want to try and change certainly the arena of mental health, and that was always my goal. So I always knew that it would take a lot out of me until a certain point where I can have a team that will share that load. And I'm really, really super duper lucky that I have now got an absolute phenomenal team behind me, and that all support Motivated Minds. And going into 2020, I can't wait. I am so excited. We've got so many great things happening as a non-profit organisation, and yeah, can't wait. So the lovely Sarah just popped in and she said, "Hi, been a while since I came in, freaked out and ran away, under the crisis team again at the moment and looking to get back to the me." Oh, Sarah, I'm glad that you ran in. Although you freaked out and ran away again, please know that me, my team that are all there, we would love to have you back. We're more than happy to sit down and have a cup of tea with you. That's how we work at Motivated Minds. It's a cup of tea first, and there's always an excuse to get the biscuits out. So please don't ever feel pressured. That we're just a group of fantastic people that just want to make you feel comfortable. That's our first goal. So Sarah Jane, please make sure you do pop in. We are going to be closed from next Saturday over the Christmas period because we do have a lot of volunteers and it's really important to give them some time off as well. So we're not opening until the 8th of January, which is quite a way away, but that gives our team a chance to get in lots and lots of training as well. You'll be stuck with me on a Sunday night. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here right over Christmas to check up on your wellbeing wins. So let's hope that let's hope that you're here with me and I'm not sitting here on my own. Anyway, lovely Wendy has joined us tonight. She said busy evening. Just wanted to say hi and have a great week. Thank you, Wendy. You too, my lovely. I know you're busy, but thank you so much for popping by and just saying hello. The lovely Leanne's with us. Lovely Lindsay's with us. So we've actually got about 12 people watching us at the moment, and I know some people like to stay hidden, and that's absolutely fine. And just thank you so much for joining in. I get some really positive feedback from doing this, and I never ever expected to. We sort of did it as a whim one day when we was at the hub on a Saturday morning. That's how Empower Hour come about, and I felt really uncomfortable doing it, and it basically got easy. I say easier and easier, it's still really hard. It got easier and easier to do because so many of you took the time to go, thank you, that really helped. And to me, I don't do nothing, I do the same old and I just talk. But what's been phenomenal over the last, since we switched it to a Sunday night, is the amount of you that actually take care of one another. And it's lovely. You all get to know one another and you say hi and you support one another. And that's just really invaluable. And the lovely Lauren's joined us. Hello, Lauren. It's really an honour that you all pop in and say hello. It really does bring me a lot of joy. In fact, I'm going to make it one of my wellbeing wins this week. That just how many people dropping in and saying hi and helping me open up this conversation around mental health. For those that struggle with ill mental health, for those that don't but are just curious and want to understand how we can just improve that little bit every single day. So, what has Motivate Mind's been up to the past week? What have we been up to? We've been getting all the donations, millions of donations, coming through, food, clothing, what they call selection packs, all been coming in to give, ready to give out from Monday to people in need. So we've got hampers going across the borough. We've got lots of surprises going out to people across the borough. We've got our happy boxes that are made up and going out to people that have been struggling in the last year with their mental health, and that's thanks to Greg's good causes. And what else have we got? We've got the cards that will be dropped off to the mental health unit. We've got so much good stuff going on at our Happy Hub HQ. So, yeah, really exciting stuff. Lauren's just said, saw that we was live, so thought I'd say hi. Well, that's brilliant. Thank you, Lauren. This is our Empower Hour every Sunday night where we just sit and I ramble on about mental health, and yeah, everyone joins in. So welcome. Catherine has said, Carla just read an interesting article about coping with different beliefs, politics, etc., over family, friends, times such as Christmas. Imagine it's a stress trigger for some people for the next few weeks. Wondered if you had any tips to share. I'll try and find the link if anyone wants it too in a bit. Absolutely, especially I will say politics has been a big one over the last week, and it has divided many people. Members of my family, I've seen my friends on Facebook, some of their friends have blocked them, and over politics. Guys, it's over politics. And yes, our politicians apparently run the country, but you live in your house, I live in my house, and yes, the politics dictates our bills somewhat and what money we have going out. But at the end of the day, we're human, right? And we should treat one another with love and respect. And I think sometimes that's where the politicians can go out the window a little bit, because they're so can be disgraceful in their behaviour of shaming one another. We don't want to do that within our families and within our friendship groups, and yet we're all entitled to our own opinions. And we should be able to express those opinions, because when we express our opinions, we can actually learn. Some of us, not all of us, but we should listen and we should learn. And if we are going to stick with our fixed mindset, that's fine. But there's no point in arguing over it with a loved one, with a best friend, with a neighbour. It's just not worth it. At the end of the day, we can't control right now what has happened in this country. Yes, we had the opportunity to vote, but we can't control some of the larger things that are going to be decided for us. What we can do is get our heads down, work hard, look after our families, look after our neighbours, and look after our friends. Surely that is what's more important. And if you are stuck at Christmas with someone who has completely different views to you and gets on their moral high ground, this is where you're going to have to just go to the toilet and sit on the toilet and just remove yourself from their presence for that moment. Sometimes we just can't win against some people, so it's better to remove yourself from that situation rather than take it on board and get really upset and get into rows over it, because it really isn't worth it. The lovely Stephen's with us. Hi, Steve. Leanne has just said about the Basildon Night Shelter at St Martin's by the Bell Tower every Monday afternoon and evening. I think that's where Leanne is volunteering. So Basildon has a night shelter across five different churches across the borough, supporting the homeless. But I know that they have to book in on a Monday night for their bed for the 7 nights. Victoria Louisa said, I'm turning in from Puffin Ward today as my twin 1-year-old. Oh, I'm tuning in. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. I'm tuning in from Puffin Ward today as my twin 1 is poorly, but will be fine. Bronchitis. So hello from hospital. Oh my gosh, Victoria, can everyone please send lots and lots of love to Victoria and her little one? That's sad that they're poorly, because no one ever wants to have their children poorly. But obviously you've got there and you're getting the support from the hospital, so that's fabulous. We wish you and your family well. So yeah, I see the hearts now going up. So let's send Victoria some love, guys, please. Because it's very stressful when you've got a little one and you're worrying about what's wrong with them, and we can think the worst. I know I've done it a million times. So Victoria's just said, my partner and I literally cancel each other's vote out, but we still turn up, do it, and try to not argue about it. That's all we can do, Victoria. And although people are saying, oh, well, we can all do our little bit, and it is down to the government that makes these big changes. You know what? I'm trying my best to look after you guys, and I know that you guys look after other people, and if we actually just all stepped up a little bit more, we would make this world a better place anyway. Not that I'm trying to run for the next Prime Minister. I wouldn't even know what party to pick, but do you know what? If we just all operated on a bit of love and kindness, should we set up our own party, the Love and Kindness Party? Yeah. So Sarah has said, the election has really affected my mental health the last couple of weeks. Sarah, I would ask why, because I appreciate it's really stressful, but is it other people that are putting their views on you, or is it the worry about what's going to happen in our country? Maybe if you wouldn't mind expanding a little bit, maybe if you was happy to, maybe we can talk about that a little bit. Politics is such a balloon. Yes, world problems trigger my anxiety sometimes, but I'm getting better at letting them go because nothing we can do about them. So focus on the smaller things that I can control. Absolutely. A lot of people do say, oh, but the world's a really bad world, and especially when bringing up children. But I would say, from what I've read and from even my own experiences now, because I'm getting that bloody old, every generation has it. I remember having my boys in the 90s, and there was wars going on, and there was the twin towers that fell, and there was, oh my god, what will happen? Will we go to mass war? Will it trigger World War III? And I was getting really anxious of what could I do to protect my children, and it triggered my anxiety really bad, and I was like, just always planning for what if the worst happens. But then I realised, I remember someone saying, oh yeah, in the 60s it was Cuba and Russia, and in the 70s it was this, and in the 80s it was that. And I realised actually every generation goes through this fear of what's happening in the world. And don't get me wrong, if something was to happen, we would deal with it anyway, as best as we do with everything that happens from the minute we open our eyes. But I do think it does affect people's mental health. Thank God for the NHS. Absolutely. Let's give the NHS some love. Ria's just said popping by. Can't stay long, but and not been here for a few weeks. Ria, we've missed you, but I'm really pleased that you've popped in tonight. Thank you very much. Catherine said, oh, forgot about the cards for mental health unit. So sorry, meant to talk to you. Is it too late? No, it's not too late, my lovelies. It's not too late. Leanne has put up a link for Street Links for if you're concerned about anyone that's homeless. I will say we support quite a few people that are homeless, and some of them don't like going into the night shelter. And on Facebook this week, someone spotted one of our guys and put where he was staying, the fact that he had a phone of quite high value on him, or certainly quite high value if you're homeless, and was trying to get him help. And actually, it's hindered him, because now he can't stay there again in case someone unfortunately attacks him for his phone, which happens quite often. So what I would say is Street Links, absolutely, but ask the person as well whether they're already flagged up to Street Links and whether what kind of help that they want, because certainly the night shelter that we've got at the moment, you have to register on a Monday for the 7 days. So the best thing I think is tell them that Motivated Minds are available, like the Happy Hub. They can come up there anytime that we're open. They can get free drinks, free food. They can swap their clothes, get their clothes washed, get new clothes and new shoes, anything that they need. And we also link all the services, because sometimes people fall through the net for whatever reason. So Carla for PM, the Motivated Minds dance night in Eastgate party. There ain't no party like a Carla party. And there's a lady that knows. Do you have enough volunteers at St Martin's Church in the evenings? Oh, great, Lauren. Yeah, if you could link up with Leanne, that would be great. Rob the Bass is here, as always, just like clockwork, Rob. Yes. Right, there's lots of people swapping over stuff there, so that's really great. So, sorry, just scratch my arm, and have a drink. Let me have a drink. This is still my temporary shelves. Because many of you know, I've still got this extension going on. I hoped to at least have the build up this week. I mentioned that last week. I haven't. Can I control it? No. Does it stress me out? I'd be lying if I said no, it doesn't, because I did want it actually all done by now, and we haven't even got the build up. So it's now going to run into after Christmas. It is what it is, isn't it? this is where I learned to breathe and just, hey ho, plan B. I'm off now, self-care Sundays. See you all later. Bye, Lauren. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so wellbeing wins, guys. What's been your wellbeing wins over the last week? Think of 3 of them for me, please. I'm just trying to think what mine is. As I said earlier, definitely you guys tuning in on a Sunday night and being here with me and opening up a conversation around mental health. That's got to be my number 1. My number 2 was I had a friend round. Many of you know the lovely Jojo. We had kebab night Thursday night. Not sure how we're going to go with that in the new year when we get onto our Project 2020, which I'll be telling you about in a minute. And my third wellbeing win was my lovely friend Jeff meeting me in town on Thursday, and we went for a coffee and we talked changing the world as always. So it's been brilliant. Loved my week. Had a bit of a downer this week because Eddie, many of you know my Eddie, he got hit by a car last night. And he's all right. That's the main thing. But he finished work, came home here, went to go and see his daughter, and he was skateboarding. 20 years old, still skateboarding, but and he was skateboarding across the road and didn't see a car because it didn't have its headlights on, and it hit him, which knocked him into the road, knocked him onto the curb. He ripped up all his clothes, and he was in shock. So when the person jumped out and said, "Are you all right?" He was like, yeah, I'm fine. But I think that was shock talking, unfortunately. And he didn't take the number plate or anything like that. And he ended up going home and rang me this morning, because he's sensible like that, doesn't ring me. He can ring me and tell me there's a spider on the wall, or he'll ring me to tell me that it's raining or whatever. But he doesn't ring me to go, "Mum, I've been hit by a car," until the next day, where he couldn't move his shoulder. So I said to him, "You need to get down the hospital." And he was like, "Oh, but," and I said, "No, there is no buts. If you've been hit by a car to the point where it's sort of ripped your clothes off, then you need to go to the hospital." So luckily, there is nothing wrong but bruising, but he had to have some x-rays because it was all his ribs and his shoulder, and it is just nothing but bruising, thank God. But I remember, many of you know Ed because he comes on Empower Me and talks about his autism and stuff. I remember filling in his PIP claim and them questioning whether he was safe roadside, and I always said no. And I remember the school had to do their angle of it as well, because they get asked, and the school said no, he's fine, even though that they had said to me that they used to ring me to say he was a danger crossing the road outside school. So, and it's just funny that as a 20-year-old man, he still doesn't pay enough attention to road safety. So I just don't know. I want to take the skateboard off of him and hit it over his head. Don't get me wrong, I don't trust him enough to drive, not yet. His brain, with an ADHD brain and autism brain mixed together, he hasn't got a concentration skill. So I'm gonna have to get him in one of them great big balls. You know what, they can play football in or something, and just get him one of them to travel around in. It'd be safer. So Leanne has shared her wellness wins. Time off work. Oh, that's a great one. I'm looking forward to that. Being able to attend Chelmsford Cathedral Carol Service. Oh, that's a nice one. I bet that had a great atmosphere. Getting all my Christmas shopping done and decorations up. Oh, you're one of those organised people now, Leanne. You've fallen into that category. I'm great that I'm really pleased that they're your wellbeing wins. Um, Lots of love and best wishes to Eddie. That's fine. I will pass all of them on to you. So don't to him. Sorry. Um, and we've got a question. Wendy has asked, does anyone ever feel overwhelmed? Not about anything particular, just overwhelmed. Absolutely. And there's lots of other people tuning in and going, absolutely. So Catherine said, yeah, I get that. Feeling down and overwhelmed when things are going bad at work, at home, or at the same time. Sometimes it's not even when things are going bad. Sometimes it can just hit you like a wave. But what I would say, Wendy, is just hang on in there and know that a new wave will come in. And I know it doesn't make sense. And if we try and make sense out of it, it can make it worse. Just accept it like it's a wave, and that a new one will be coming in soon. And really just do your best in this self-care time to make sure that you're not overly stressed. I know that's hard when you've got kids, especially teenagers. Anyone with teenagers will verify that. But just lots of self-care, Wendy, when you're feeling like that. Eddie, lots of love for Eddie. Lights should be on in low visibility. It was pitch black. It was at 9 o'clock at night at the end, so absolutely lights should be on. Which is why I would have liked him to get the number plate, but he didn't think about that. Catherine shared her wellbeing wins, hard one this week, but getting people at work who need to talk scheduled into meetings together. Sounds trivial, but got to celebrate small wins. Absolutely. Royal Albert Hall Christmas concert today. Oh, lovely. Full orchestra, very emotional. And picked up a Ruby Wax book from the library yesterday. Oh, which one did you pick up, Catherine? Let me know. Oh no, you're not. Do you know what time off work is? Are you trying to say that I don't have work-life balance, Lindsay? I am working on it. I've just got 2 weeks off soon, so I just need to get some stuff done before I have some time off. I'll try, all right? Yeah, there's no such thing as perfection. Catherine has said, for Wendy, for many years, I felt like that at times too. Couldn't identify what it was. Made changes in my life and found one of my stressors was far bigger than I gave it credit for. Carla told me it was sand filling up my fuck it bucket. Yes, absolutely. So sometimes I use the analogy that we have our little fuck it buckets in life, and we can put the big things in like mortgages or bills, and they're like the ping pong balls, and um, jobs, and then there's all the smaller pebbles that are just like, I don't know, the light bulbs going and thinking I need to buy a new light bulb, or this going or that. And then there's just the really sort of daily stuff where it's just like, oh, I've got to get up and I've got to do this, and that's all the sand and that's all the small things. But it does make a massive impact. So make sure you get lots and lots of self-care in. And as you said, Wendy, teenagers, and certainly you're very much similar bucket, similar story to me with ADHD and ASD combinations. So it is hard. What I would say, it gets easier when they grow up and move out. But as I said, you then get a phone call. 12 hours later. Um, it just, the stress is always there. It just changes form, and you learn to, as every sort of new realm that kids enter into, it's more stressful at first because we're learning to deal with it, and then we sort of, dare I say, we learn to manage it. better, because we know what it looks like. It's when the kids change form, they go through different phases, and it's new to us. That's a real hard one. Leanne said I went through a phase where I had to count to get out of bed from feeling overwhelmed. So that's a good technique that worked for you, Leanne. We've all got lots of different techniques, and it's fantastic that you guys share them. The Ruby Wax was Body and Bones on the cover. Is that Frazzled? Is it a red one? So it might be Frazzled. Body and Bones. Oh, I can't think. Well, it's either Insane or Frazzled, because I've already lent you the How to Be Human. We've obviously seen her do that talk live. I got a kiss from a barmaid today. No idea why. Well, Rob, so is that one of your wellbeing wins for the week? Is getting snogged by a barmaid? It must have been because of your charm, Rob, and the absolute pleasure you are to be around. Saying that, guys, we had our social night Wednesday. We all went bowling. There was 11 of us this week, because one of our regulars her and her family dropped out because they were poorly. But it was so lovely to have 3 new people with us this time. So that's got definitely be a wellbeing win as well. Our next social evening is January the 15th, if my memory serves me right. Again, going bowling, £5 per person. Great for anyone that struggles with anxiety or going out or making new friends, because we just all support one another. And what was funny about the social night, we had an under 10-year-old, some teenagers, someone in their 20s, someone in their 30s, someone in their 40s, someone in their 50s, someone in their 60s. So we had 7 different generations going on. It was pretty awesome, and everyone just got on like a house on fire. So that was great stuff. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on in the new year, just in case you're interested. So we are launching Project 2020. I was going to call it Kickstart 360, but when we were speaking to Joe the other day, we're going to call it Project 2020. I've invited you to like our Healthier You on this broadcast somewhere. There is a link to our group, Healthier You. In the past, for some of you know, some of you don't, 5 years ago, I was in LA this time, not 5 years ago, and I learned loads of stuff about getting healthy. And I came back to England, I implemented that, and over the space of about 7-8 months, I lost about 7 stone. I got super fit, and I had a whale of a time doing it. I did have a lot of time on my hands because Motivate Minds was new, so I could walk from one meeting to the next. I didn't have to sit at a desk 8 hours a day. I wasn't restricted because I had that balance. Now, in the new year, I'm aiming to do it again. Maybe not as quickly as I did before, not as zero focused, because obviously I've got to have an eye on Motivate Minds, but I'm going to have one on me as well. So Project 2020 is where we're in it together. So every month we're going to have a different challenge. So in January, our personal challenge is walking 10,000 steps a day. Now at the moment, I'll be honest, I'm walking maybe 2,000 to 3,000 steps, which is very, very little. So I'm really going to struggle in January. And I've already got some of you guys that are willing to say, right, I'm in a similar situation as Carla. I'm going to start upping my steps as well. And we're all going to swap how many we've done and egg one another on. And then February, we're joining Park Run. So there are 5 Saturdays in February, which is very rare. So Joe is coming with us on that as well. We're going to do Park Run. Every month we're just going to do something new, a different physical or mental challenge, to give us all a chance to improve our health. So if anyone is interested in that, and I'll be doing a bigger talk on it on the 29th of December, just before New Year's, to get you all pledging to sign up to at least one of our personal challenges in the next 12 months. So it should be really good fun to help us all improve our health and well-being. So that's one thing that we've got going on. What was the other thing I was going to tell you about? Oh, yes, Happy Boxes. Our Happy Box subscription service starts in January. So we have a different box every month, with some great products in it to help you with your health and well-being, or to even send to a loved one. They can be completely personalised if you don't want one of our monthly ones. But if you look on last night's Facebook somewhere, on Motivated Mind, scroll back to last night, you'll see that I posted up a little video of what the Happy Boxes look like, and all the information. So that's two great things that we've got going on next year. We've got so much more in store as well. We've got beginners yoga starting. So one of our directors, Vicky, is going to come and work with us 2 days a week in the new year. She's going to be doing meditation classes. She's going to be teaching yoga for beginners. So there'll be so much going on to help us mind, body and soul next year. It'll be really good fun. So let's get the cards out on my little shelf. Right, what do we want, guys? Affirmators. I always nearly drop the affirmators because they're in a box that slides and then they all fall out. So we've got affirmators, we've got empowering questions, and we've got stress less. So let me know what ones you want and we will go from there. So empowering questions, affirmators, or stress less. You choose. Good evening, lovely Lindsay. How are you? Are you prepared for Christmas, Lindsay? Some of you are, some of you aren't. Let's check out where the lovely Lindsay is. I'm not. I haven't got any decorations up. I bought a nutcracker and he's standing in the corner, but because of the building work, I'm just not worried about it this year. So I've got lots of Christmas gift bags everywhere because I'm not even wrapping this year. I'm just putting it all into gift bags because they're reusable, recyclable. How handy is that? So affirmators, Leanne's affirmators. Catherine said yoga seems a bit daunting, but I'm dying to give meditation a go properly. Fingers crossed some of Vic's times fit with work. Vicky will be with us during the day and early evening, Catherine, but I know that she'll be doing her meditation classes on a Saturday, so we can give you those the information on those dates. And don't be daunted by yoga. I love yoga. It usually takes me about 8 weeks to get used to my poses when I start doing it again from scratch, because I've started on and off throughout my life several times from sort of scratch again. But it's surprising how quickly you are able to perfect those postures. And as I said, Vicky will do a beginner's yoga with us and be able to help us through that. So, okay, I'm going to choose a card, Leanne. I must sort these cards out because I've got some back to front. Right, okay. Tonight's one. Worthiness. I am worthy of the ultimate happiness. I deserve and accept it. And damn it, I'm not going to feel guilty about it when I get it. Guilt is not invited to my happiness party. I won't even tell him where it is. If he asks about it, I'll be like, no, I think you're thinking of something else, and then I'll run away very quickly. Okay, now, worthiness. Who gets a compliment, and when they get a compliment, they go, oh, it's not me, or it was this, or it was that, and they won't go, oh, thank you, that's really kind of you to notice, or that's really kind. Worthiness. Hands up if that is you. Sometimes you get a compliment and you back it off. You totally don't take on board what has been said to you. I know that sometimes I struggle when people are paying me compliments. I'll be like, oh, one of my biggest habits that I noticed actually was people would go, oh, I really like your table. And I'd go, oh, it was only $79.99 from Argos. Or they'll go, oh, I really like your coat. And I'd be like, oh, it was only $39.99 from Asda. Or rather than going, thank you, I liked it too. Or just thank you. So maybe we should be practicing that over the next week. Our worthiness, guys. Practice that if we get a compliment, that we the first words we say is thank you, and then we take on board what has been said. I will say, I collect my bits that you guys and others give me over the year. So I've got them all around my house. And I've got this that was given to me, and it says, Carla, you are strong, adventurous and beautiful. Importantly, you guide hurt souls with your light that is full of love and help the ones you can on their path. Keep your light bright. Now, is that not absolutely phenomenal? And I keep things like this because they mean a lot to me, dotted all around to try and remind me when I'm struggling. So if any of you ever come around my house, you'll see that I've got all of these things, ranging from a fuck it postcard that my cousin sent me to little notes that you guys have given me. And maybe you guys could do that too. Haha, you just described me getting a compliment. Catherine, the funny thing is, it's not just you, my love. I bet you that everyone, if we really looked at it, everyone in here has done that at some point. I would say, come on, hands up, guys. If you were given a compliment, how many of you do bat it away? Because I know many of you, and I know that you go red or you look down. I'm a looker down. And it's not something that really in our culture we're great at going, oh, thank you, that's really kind. It's something we all need to work on for 2020. Absolutely it is. Okay, so that was a great card, Leanne. Thank you very much for this week's affirmator. Right, now, there's that bloody box again and it all falling out. They're going away. That's our affirmation for the week, worthiness. I wonder if I can screenshot that. Do you want me to take a photo of that, guys, actually, and put it up? Give me a thumbs up if you do. And if you don't care, because you can remember it, then no thumbs up. Or I could put it in our Team Motivated, actually, couldn't I? Our group there. Okay, let's go for a stress less now. Let's get a stress less in. Okay. We haven't had this one before. Rub your entire scalp with your fingers. You can close your eyes and let the relaxed and good feeling slide through your whole body. The exercise is better with a friend. This exercise is better with friend because of the oxytocin hormones related to another person's touch. Oh yeah, that bit's true. Stress can cause pressure to the scalp and head area. By relaxing these areas, you will feel more relaxed and nice. Okay, yeah, so that's what our stress less says. And it is true. If anyone suffers from headaches, um, a lot of headaches can be tension based, and there are certain areas of the brain. Our lovely Joe put up a post earlier of where headaches are situated in the brain, depending on the type of stress or the type of headache it is. And I laughingly put, if you've got a child headache, it's just a whole brain explosion. But anyway, seriously, going back, when we're struggling with stress, we can our neck muscles tighten, and that can also affect how our scalp feels. So what I would say, that if we're going to do a scalp rub, right, that we would start off. Oh, that is nice. And how often do we actually do this? How often do we take out time and think, oh, I'm going to give myself a scalp rub? So let's do that now. That feels really nice. And yes, if we can get someone else to do it, then even better, because it does release oxytocin when we have someone else doing it. And that's why we hug a lot. Certainly at Motivated Minds, we hug a lot. Hey, we got t-shirts made this week. Happy to hug. And I'll certainly be wearing mine. Okay, so give yourself a scalp rub. And that does really make a difference. Who does, when they do their shampoo in the shower or conditioner, who does it then? Because when you go and get your hair cut and they do it, and it's really nice. Maybe we should do something each week while we're sitting here and jabbering along, that we get something in. We have a lady called Chrissy that comes to the Happy Hub on a Thursday, and she does amazing head massages and hand massages. So that's really great. So if anyone is passing the Happy Hub on a Thursday, pop in and see Chrissy, and she'll give you a nice Indian head massage. And saying that, I've got something for you guys that I'd like to show you really quickly. Just going to quickly move the laptop. Oh, all right, hold on. Bear with me, guys. Have a look at the telly for a moment, because right. Okay, let's put that back. I left the... Right. Okay, so I bought one of these this week from the lovely Chrissy, doTERRA. It's basically full of aromatherapy oils. Isn't that cute? Now, it cost me £25, but it's a great little key ring with 8 different oils, and my favourite one is called Citric Bliss. So I'm going to put it on my little spot, just one drop. Oh God, that's good. And aromatherapy oils are fantastic because certain ones help us support our mental health. So with aromatherapy oils, we've got Citric Bliss, or any orange, wild orange, are great for stimulating our positive mental health. And if you have got positive experiences linked with certain smells, such as vanilla or your candles, it can really make a difference to how you feel. And the best thing about it, I like, is when I forget that I've put it on in the day, and then later in the day I will be, oh, I'll catch a whiff, and it smells really nice. So yeah, if you can treat yourself to some something like this. This is a doTERRA one, but Holland Barrett sell it. It's just a great, put it on your Christmas list as something that you might want. So, hi Cheryl. Leanne said about Indian head massage. There's a tool you can buy. Yes, it's like a wire thing that you can push up and down on your head. And you've put the link for it. Thank you. So yeah, there's definitely lots of ways we can give ourselves some self-care. So tonight we've said about the head massage, the aromatherapy oils. What else? There's just lots of ways to self-care, isn't there? And as Lauren said earlier, self-care Sunday. Absolutely. So guys, what have you got planned for the week? It's the week where many of you, are you finishing work Friday? What's happening? Are you last minute shopping? Have you got to do the food shop? Although we're only the stores are closed for what, 48 hours? Are you feeding the 5,000? Are you not looking forward to Christmas? Is it something that's starting to trigger your anxiety because you know it's coming? Next Sunday we're going to be doing a meal. Well, I say meal. It's tea and tinsel at the Happy Hub. So it's by invite only. So we're literally extending the invite out to a lot of our people who are going to be alone over Christmas. So we can share the love on the Sunday. We are going to be I'll be doing the walks over back on the 2nd of January, so that although we're closed till the 8th, there will be other bits going on for people to join in on. I'm not a lover of Christmas because well, one of my sons will be working, my other son will be sleeping, and he doesn't want Christmas dinner, so we've compromised on that he wants to go to London. So, and walk around London when it's all quiet. So I don't know how quiet it'll be Christmas Day. I'm trying to see if I can convince him that we do it Christmas Eve, so it'll be a lot of the spirit around. Leanne's volunteering, that's fantastic. Catherine said I got a Himalayan salt ball from a friend for relaxing. No idea what to do with it though. Tips appreciated, as I've got no idea what to do with it. How big is it, Catherine? Is it is it like that sort of size where you can you roll it in your hands? Is it a bigger one where you can lay on the floor and use it on your back when you get yourself into some certain situations? How big is it? And I will tell you. Leanne's put up the Lush handmade cosmetics. You can always spot a Lush shop when you're walking through a shopping mall. You can smell it before you come up to it. That's great. Slightly smaller than a tennis ball. Yeah, I would say that just even rolling it, Catherine, between your two hands and even on top of your hands like this, and just taking the time to move it across your hands and round, I don't know why, because Himalayan salt, when it's heated up, it actually absorbs the like the toxins in the air. So I don't know why it would be, what the necessary benefits of it are, maybe to our skin. I don't know whether it'd soften it. Don't know. I'll have to look into that for you. But I know that certainly with the Japanese stress balls, they're about that sort of size, and you generally sell them in pairs. And the idea is that they're really hard, but you twiddle them in your hand, and balancing. And while you're concentrating, it's sort of that moment of mindfulness where you're trying not to sort of drop it and you're just concentrating on the movement. So it might be something like that. Oh, are you allergic to Lush, Catherine? So are you the sneezer when you go past a Lush shop? And the lovely Alex has joined us. Alex, I've missed you tonight. You've joined in right at the end. Is that because you've been baking again? I see what you've been baking. She's always baking, is our Alex. She's been doing sausage rolls and mince pies. So they looked lovely, by the way. There's definitely some therapy in cooking. Who else likes their therapy, their cooking therapy? I'm a cake maker. I say cake maker. I'm a cupcake maker. Let's face it, nothing posh out there at all. But I love it. My trouble is, I then like to eat them all. I have no off button, so I better make sure I get that in before January. And then get myself lots of recipes on sugar free again, ready for January. So, right, guys, we're coming up to the end of the hour. It's been lovely chatting to you all and you sharing all of your fantastic comments and supporting one another. We wish Victoria and her young one, and the rest of her family lots of love and some good vibes. Get well vibes. For those that are going to be volunteering over Christmas, that's fantastic. If anyone would like to know more information, then just contact Leanne. And for the rest of you, we've got 1 week left of work. Please try not to get too stressed out. And remember, with whatever is going on in the world today, let's worry about what we can control first and foremost. And we sit in our boat and we make sure that we are well. And where we can help people, we do, in even the smallest of ways. Remember, your affirmation for the week is about worthiness. I want you to wake up each day and say, I am worthy. I am worthy of ultimate happiness. That is your affirmator for the week. And I want you to practice saying thank you to any of the compliments you get. And I'm sure you will all get many because I know you're all fantastic people. I'm in the hub Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. The team are in Monday to Saturday, so be sure that if you want help that you can pop in and grab one of us. What have we got going on? Tuesday is our late night. We're there till 6:30. You might see me flying about because I'll be starting to drop the hampers off. And if you know anyone as well, or if you've got any last minute bits that you want to chuck into one of the hampers, then please do so. We're also going to be drawing our raffle in the week, so please make sure that if you want any raffle tickets, that you let me know. They're £2 each, and we have got a massive hamper. We've got a bottle of port. We've got some beauty gifts. The hamper and all the prizes are in the hub. So if anyone does want a raffle ticket, either pop into the hub or just let me know and you can transfer us the money and we will put your tickets aside and I'll send you a picture of them or whatever, however you want to do it. Thank you for your thank yous. I'm practicing my worthiness. Um, and I will see you all hopefully in the week, or message me if you want to discuss anything off air. Be happy, be healthy, and I will see you all again next Sunday. Thanks, guys, so much. Take care. Love you all. Bye.